So last Sunday, right at 10 p.m., when the White Lotus episode 4 just finished airing on HBO, Entertainment Weekly published their interview with Jason Isaacs, who debriefed on the episode, which included a full frontal scene from Jason.
Dad! Oh my God, you're wrong, Dad!
Now I noted the time of when they posted that interview because that meant that Jason actually did that interview before the episode even aired. So yeah, he was asked about this for the first time by Entertainment Weekly, and yeah, he hadn't seen any kind of reaction whatsoever before. He gave this very jovial answer. He said, "Yeah, it is now my contract for every show I do, so we'll see." Isaacs tells Entertainment Weekly with a laugh about his full frontal moment. It'll get easier, hopefully. And Jason teased the consequential journey that his character Timothy was going to go on the next 3 episodes.
Are you okay?
Everyone at the club.
By the time Jason arrived at CBS Mornings on Friday, he was less jovial when he was asked about the topic.
And I'm trying to figure out
we
how
were
to
all
ask this
talking
without
about it.
being impolite.
Go ahead.
Was that you or was that a prosthetic?
Well, because we were debating it.
Because we were
A
debating.
lot of people are debating it. It's all over the internet.
Jason Isaacs' full frontal scene that we have.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my God, I kind of forgot about that. Yeah. There's so much that happened. Yeah, I blacked out. Yeah.
Jason had likely seen his 2 co-stars that had been asked about it by TV Insider on Monday.
He gave that guy a nice shot several times.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the
You didn't answer the question.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because the best actress this year was Mikey Madison at the Oscars, and I don't see anybody discussing her vulva, which was on television all the time. No, I'm not talking about Swedish cars.
Jason would be referring to the now Oscar-winning performance by Mikey in Anora, where she played a stripper.
15 cash up front.
Yeah, she was seen naked.
It's interesting that there's a double standard for men, that when women are naked, Margaret Qualley as well in The Substance, nobody would dream of talking to her about her genitalia or her nipples or any of those things.
Now, I debated how I was going to approach this, because it's how I first watched this, and then when I learned some context for this. So we'll say first that Jason has a point, but I'm going to come back to him. But I will say, I'm really shocked at how Tony and Gail conducted themselves. I actually think if they watch this back, I think they'd find this quite embarrassing. How they, were so pushy on the topic.
It's odd that there's a double standard when it comes to discussing.
But we so rarely get
It's a bit of a dodge.
It's because we rarely get to see a penis on TV. That's why we're asking if it's real or not. What? And it's a bit of a dodge to not answer a question about your penis? Huh?
It is a dodge because I don't think that people really want to know how the sausage is made.
I kind of
Nice
do.
one.
Is it,
Nice
I
one.
kind of do.
Well, Gail moved on. Tony, boop, 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 brought it right back.
Prosthetics were standard with actresses. We would ask a female
What is your
actress.
obsession? And are you having...
Very obsessed. It's not
Are
very
you
obsessed.
having
We've been
therapy?
talking about it all morning.
And then Jason goes from there to Fox 5 to appear in Good Day New York about an hour later.
Last episode, if you know, you know. And Jason Isaacs, I'm not going to go there.
Good.
I'm not
Good.
going to mention that you had a bathrobe on.
Let me ask you this.
Hold up, Jason. To be fair, host Rosanna Scotto, who likely hadn't seen how testy Jason got when the topic was brought up on CBS Mornings, because she was on air herself like an hour before that. All she did was mention that you were wearing a bathrobe, and then you took it the rest of the way.
If you had a woman on here, would you be very keen on talking about her downstairs equipment? Would you ever talk to an actress about it? I don't think you would. I think it's a terrible double standard.
You do?
Yes,
no,
I do.
I would. I go
you
there with
wouldn't.
everybody. Oh,
Yeah? So
you
when
don't
Mikey
know.
Madison comes on, you're going to talk to her about whether she was those are her real parts, will you? Or Margaret Qualley comes on. I don't think you will.
No.
And I've watched all the interviews, and no one's ever asked them about their body parts.
Interesting.
Now, Rosanna does come back to it at the end of the interview, and she does actually get to ask a question this time.
Any bathrobe scenes next episode?
I do go to the bathroom there, but I'm never aware of where the camera's pointing, but I hope it's at my face.
Listen to how Rosanna phrases her next question.
So let me ask you this whole prosthetic scene, because obviously it's
I'm
out
not
there.
talking about my penis on television. I don't think you'll be asking any actresses about their body parts that appear in the show.
I swear to God, if it happens,
so
I
we
would.
can move on.
All right, anyway.
Okay, so here's my thing about this. So when I first watched the CBS Mornings interview, I did not know if it was a prosthetic or not. So I thought, yeah, Jason very much has a point that they're asking him about this.
I genuinely think it would be odd when there are characters in some of the women are naked in here. It would be odd if they were sitting here and you would never dream of discussing their
It's also
genitalia.
true.
Then I learned it was a prosthetic. That's where I have a problem with this, Jason, because you weren't showing your body part. You had something on to cover your body. It was like wearing a fake nose. Yeah, it's the same kind of thing.
And what is the obsession with penises? It's an odd thing.
Because we rarely get to see them on
I
television.
think we have to read a tease.
Sorry, Jason, it's fair game to ask about that. If Mikey and Margaret had worn prosthetic breasts, then yeah, it would be fair game to ask about that. And look, it's a fascinating stigma that guys, when they do show their penis, often don't actually show their own penis. They wear a prosthetic. And I don't disapprove of you wearing a prosthetic, but you can't get on this high horse and say, don't ask me about my penis when it wasn't your penis, Jason. So yeah, I liked his audio argument originally when I didn't know, but once I knew, it goes out the window, Jason. Yeah, what do you think of him being so testy about being asked about a prosthetic?
Well, I'm a little jet lagged.